Aloha and welcome everybody to the Tuesday team call. And I'd like for my dad, Rusty, he's available for a little while before he does a three-way. He's been very busy on those. And guys, keep him on them because that's how you're going to grow your business. Whether it's him or another upline, be a connector. So, hey, Dad, I'd love you to share what's up. As in, what's positive, what's going on that you think is really going to help people in their business right now. What's on your mind? And he just got here, so let him take a seat.
Okay, I just hung up my phone there. All right, hey guys. So I just want to share with you interesting concept here that came to me. I was thinking of how to be more, would I have higher percentage of people that will help us in this business, and also say yes to just taking the product themselves. And I was thinking about, what Kerry Dickey has said and made famous is you got to suit the fish. You got to bait the hook to suit the fish. And I remember the story that I had. It was many years ago. We moved here about 21 years ago or so, and it was before that. My brother-in-law and I hiked up to this place called Thousand Lakes Wilderness. It was really pretty. So we hiked for hours up to this pristine lake. We're the only ones on the lake. The lake was maybe 30 feet deep, and the deepest place was over a mile wide, or maybe less than a mile wide, and or long, maybe a half a mile wide. And yes, it's the fish story. So anyway, we were fishing for several hours and weren't catching anything. And if you are a fisherman and you have your tackle box or whatever you're taking, and you only have one kind of bait, that's really about all you can use. And in this scenario, I was noticing that there were some damselflies. They're smaller than a dragonfly. Really, they're like purple, I think, and they were like dancing on the water. And I was watching those damselflies. I mean, I wasn't catching any fish, so I thought I'd observe what was going on. And all of a sudden, this fish comes out of the water and grabs this damselfly. And I'm thinking, okay, that's the way. And so I had a fishing net, and I took that net and I swished it around a few times until I caught a few of those damselflies. Well, I put the damselfly on the hook and I threw that out, and just as that fly hit the water, bam, I had a fish on. And I did that 4 or 5 times right in a row, and I thought, I better tell my brother-in-law. So I called him and said, hey, Bill, this is what we're doing. This is working. So if you have time, if you haven't already, I want you to go on to Laugh, Love, Lead. It's a website by Kerry Dickey. Love, Laugh, Lead. What'd I say? Life or whatever? Laugh. Okay. Love, Laugh, Lead. There we go. Go there, sign up for her emails that she sends out, and when you sign up for that, she actually had a blog or a comment that she sent out yesterday, and was actually on the invite. And I would suggest that you look that up. I think it was yesterday's. And if you can't find that, text me or Aaron, and we'll get that information to you. It will really increase your odds of attracting people. And don't just go one track. You just do one track, maybe what you're passionate about, but that may be not what they're passionate about. So if you want to grow and improve your skills and networking, you need to learn how to find those damselflies or whatever they're biting on, and use that. So anyway, that's my... another thing is, I've been doing, as you saw my Periscope a while back, I've been doing just massive action lately, and it's been fun. I've just really enjoyed connecting with people I haven't talked to for 20, 30 years, And I found that I really enjoy doing this. I enjoy reconnecting the relationships that I let go pretty much in my life, and I think I was uh, might have been happy becoming a hermit, or not happy, but I thought I might be happy becoming a hermit. But I think that's in the history now. I think for now, I just really am enjoying the relationships that I found here in Life Vantage and reconnecting with my old friends. So that's what I got.
Well, great. Thank you very much, Dad. I love that story. Bait the hook to suit the fish, as Carrie Dickey says. We got to learn, how to attract people based on, what their hurt is or what their interest is, what their pain is, how we can help them personally. And I know my dad, he was not looking for a business opportunity. But he was open to it once he saw what this company had. And what interested him in the first was the product. So, be alert to what people want, what people want to hear about. Maybe they want to hear about a business opportunity. Maybe they're hungry, for that. Or they're super into health. There's many different ways that we can target people, and let's learn to think outside the box. Maybe, but what I mean by that is outside of one box, one invite method. I had something to share, basically what's been up for me. So for a while I've been not sure about calling some people. And I also don't have a ton of contacts, but I have some, and I hadn't really been calling them. I would think like, okay, is this a good time to call them? When are they going to be off work? And one day I just got inspired. And what happened was actually I got invited to a team leadership. And so someone believed in me that I was a leader more than I actually believed in myself. And what that did for me is it gave me confidence and encouragement. And so I'd like to try to this wasn't actually what I planned on talking about, but since you're listening to this or watching this, I'd like you to know that we believe in you. Because if you want this, you can do this. It's not super technical. It's fairly simple. It's not easy, but it's fairly simple. You don't have to be a neuroscientist or a brain surgeon to do this. So, anyway, back to my story. I was hesitating to call people and just decided, you know what, I'm going to call them. And if they're not ready right now, I'll just set up an appointment for later when they are. And it worked great. There was someone was actually ready right then, and I got them on the video and had someone texted some upline. There was someone available. Was able to connect them, and that was just fun to listen and be a part of. Shout out to Brian Ahern. He was great. He actually did a couple throughways for me this week. So, let's see, last week and yesterday. So that was really, really nice. And then there was another person. Two of the people I called that day that I was talking about, this day that I got inspired, weren't available right then, but I set up an appointment to call them later. And one of them wasn't available, and I called them. I'm going to follow up later. The other one was, and that's who I did a through with yesterday, and they actually were interested to learn more. And so was the other person. She's actually going to be near where the Elite Academy is taking place. So hopefully we can connect there. Anyway, guys, what we need to do is we need to change our mindset if we're the type of person that's hesitating. If you're hesitating, that means that you have some internal problem, and that's okay, because we all have problems. But what are you going to do to fix it? That's the question. So anyway, I have a thought for you that action is what needs to be happening. So what activates you? That's what you need to be doing. You need to figure out what activates you and do that on a regular basis. I know this is something you may have heard over and over, but it doesn't hurt to hear it again. If you're not doing it, it's just a reminder. And I know that I need reminders all the time. I'm thinking. So I got activated, and part of what that was the Seth Campbell Pro Audio. And if you haven't heard it, listen to it. Maybe you could listen to it again. But basically, we're not looking for everybody. We're just looking for people that are interested. Whether you're doing a business forward invite or a product forward invite to someone who, you can tell them that there's a business attached because you don't want to leave that out. But, maybe you know that they're the kind of person that they're not necessarily looking for a business right now. In fact, you could put out a feeler. You could say, what's most important to you, money, time, or health? And if they're like health, well, then you could kind of plug in. There's an invite on imt.com or teamimt.com. And Tyler Daniels had an invite on there where you can go listen to the recording and get it straight from him. But basically, he said, are you interested in your health? Or do you care about your health? Like really? Because if you don't, then the idea was then we don't need to talk about it. But the person's like, well, yeah, I do. He's like, well, like really? Because if you don't, and the guy's like, no, like I care. So he's like, so for the last, however many years it's been, 20, 40 years, people have been focused on antioxidants as being the answer. But science is changing, and what they've found is that systems break down in the body. And if I came across something that would restore those systems to really fix the root cause of aging and disease, would you want to know about it? If they say yes, great. Let's get together. What works for you today or tomorrow? This evening, tomorrow evening, whatever time slot you can do and they can do, and set up the appointment. So, that's an option of a type of a product forward invite for somebody. Business forward invite. I've been thinking, and I don't want to be at the same place 5 years from now. Is that something that you resonate with? Or maybe you already know that. And you say, the other day we were talking, and I know you and I both want to be at a different place financially 5 years from now. I've come across something that, and also have a friend that's actually helping me to change my life. And I wanted to share that with you. Would you be interested to take a look? It may or may not be for you, but I plan on really changing my life, and I know you want to change yours. So would you be interested to take a look at that? And they're probably going to ask what it is, and you can say, it's a publicly traded company that has gone from 3 to over 200 million in the past 5 years, and with a breakthrough technology that I think we can really take advantage of. When do you have half an hour? We can sit down for coffee or, over lunch this evening, tomorrow evening, one of those options that works for you. You don't want to spit all those options out, but I'm just giving you examples of, like for me, I would say, how does it work this evening or tomorrow evening? What works for you? And so set up the appointment and then bring your third party. You don't want to present this yourself. Like when I had Brian Ahern sharing the products and the business opportunity with my contacts, it was so much easier. It was like it's hard when you're trying to present, at least for me, to your own people. So it's super nice when someone else can do that for you, and then you can learn and grow and be able to do that for your people. So what time do we have here? How many more minutes do we got? Let's see here. My phone does not tell me what time it is. Okay. Well, anyway, Dad, if you can help me figure out what the time is right now.
It'll kick me out too.
Okay. Let me just check. Oh, it's 3:24. Okay, so we've got a few more minutes. I'd love for anybody that has questions or comments on the phone line, *6 to unmute, and you can also post comments on the Periscope. Anyways, basically, I've been going through a learning curve, and that's this: that we truly have something incredible to share, and all we're doing is sharing. And you don't have to catch everybody. You just have to share with practically everybody. That's it. And what I mean with share by everybody is see who out of the everybody is open and interested right now to take a look. And you can learn about that on the call that training that Seth Campbell did. How to tell if people are open to a business opportunity right now. And if they're not, don't worry. Don't bother them. They might be in a 2 months, 6 months, or a year. So let's work with people where they're at and not be attached to whether or not they join us right now. And it just takes that load of the invite. It just makes it so much easier. You don't have to be like, I got to get this person. Be like, are they interested? If they're not, cool. Peace. I don't have to get all stressed. And I think that's one of the reasons people don't, why they put off calling people, is because they're stressed about what is the person going to think? What are they going to say? And you know what? Are you stressed out that they're not going to go to a restaurant you invite them to check out? Are you stressed out that they're not going to watch a movie you recommend? We're just sharing, and I know that we want to change our financial future and we want so bad to get people right now, but it will come. If we do the actions, it will come. I was just listening, Brandon Cunningham was saying if we expose to 2 people a day, that'll equal about 2 distributors a month. Out of those 2 people a day that we expose to, we equal about 2 distributors a month. So if we do the action and plug into the system, then we can get the results that we're looking for. So make 2016 your year and keep your mind up. Keep it positive. Be grateful for things every day, because that's going to rub off on people. People want to be around grateful, happy people. So if we can be grateful and happy ourselves, people will buy that. People buy us before they buy our product or what we're trying to show them. Any last closing thoughts, Dad?
Oh, I want to ask you a question. So you've been struggling for a few months here. What was the struggle?
The main struggle was not mining. I have a small database, but it is a database nonetheless, and I wasn't really mining it like I should have been. So I got basically someone believed in me. That inspired me. Then I also listened to the Seth Campbell, and it really drilled into my mind that we're not looking for everybody. It's okay. And so it's like, okay.
So was that essentially what helped you out of that doldrums you were in?
Well, and also it really helped me having someone believe in me and invite me to a leadership, get together. It was like, wow, they believe in me.
Who was that?
Julie Mai. So
Julie Mai.
I'll shout out to Julie Mai. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for inviting me to that. And
so when you knew that you were considered a leader, then that
well, and it also inspired me to be a leader, because I don't want to let them down. So I don't want to let Julie down. I don't want to let the other people that believe in me down. And that's also a good motivation. You know, don't get stressed out. Just get positive motivation. And so I started mining my database.
So, like, describe what's that mean? How'd that look? How would that look to these guys out here in Periscope land
Okay,
and Team Call land?
let me ask you a question. Do you have a database? If the answer is yes, how many people are on that database that you have not called yet? If the answer is more than 1 or more than 0, then you have work to do. So hopefully you have plenty of people on the database to call. If you don't, go through the memory jogger, figure out who else you can add to that database. Go through Facebook friends. Let them know you'd like to get in touch with them. Just say, hey, I'd like to talk to you sometime. What's your phone number? Or here's my phone number. That way you can get in touch with more people. Don't do a long introduction. You know, don't tell them what it's about. Just say, hey, I'd like to talk. What's your number? And you could even talk to them without even talking about the business the first time, if that's what's appropriate. So figure out ways to add to your database regularly. Don't be afraid to invite people. That's the other thing. You know, it's not just the invite over the phone. It's the first invite in the first place where you're at the store. And you're like, I don't know if I should invite them. You know, I've had times when I have invited somebody, and I've had times when I haven't invited somebody. And you know, it feels just about as bad not inviting somebody as having somebody turn you down. So you could either feel bad for sure, or you could feel bad maybe. Which one would you rather have? You get it? So let's feel good for sure and know that we've done our part and get that mindset of, you know what, I have something incredible to share with people. It's like for me, I'm a Christian, and I believe that we have someone that cares for us enough to give his life for us. Why wouldn't I tell somebody about that? To add meaning to their life. You know, this isn't all there is to life. We're not just, you know, organisms crawling around on this speck. Exactly. There's somebody that believes in us, that wants something good for us. And when people around that exemplify that God-like characteristic of believing in you and wanting something good for you, how does that feel? It feels good.
Feels good.
So when people do that, it's just a reflection of who God is and what he does for you. Anyway, I believe in you, in your capability to do this. And so find your inspiration. Stay in touch with your leaders. That's one thing that I heard, is you need to stay in touch with your leaders. Your leaders don't necessarily know you need encouragement or whatever it is that you need. How are they going to know? If you call them and say, hey, I need some encouragement, you know, what can I do about this or whatever? You know, just be in touch and talk to them, because that will help you and that will help them, because they don't always know that you need it right then. That's about it. I hope you got the gist of what I was trying to communicate. So add to your database and get that mindset of, we just have something so incredible to share. And if you're not sure how to share it, contact your upline and get some good thoughts on how to invite, how to share. And don't be afraid to talk to those people at the store or wherever you are, because they may just be looking. So hope that gives you some helpful tips, and talk to you another time. Aloha.
I just started. This is the
All right.
postscript to the team call.
Hello everybody. Just wanted, yes, I am following Rusty. Just wanted everybody to get a couple postscripts after this team call. So something I had happen this week, and Rusty also had happen, is instead of using ABC Live It, we used Flip the Switch 24/7. FlipTheSwitch247.com. When we shared the video with a couple different people before, you know, we put them on the phone.
So why do you use Flip the
through a
Switch?
call. Well, here's what happened. Okay, on ABC Live It, when you pull it up, there's one video, and then there's other links you can click on. On Flip the Switch 24/7, there's a ton more information, and that first video is the ABC primetime, but then if they scroll, which a lot of people just might do, they scroll down and guess what they see? They see Alice Reed. They see, a couple down, they see Dr. Murphy and his webinar. Below that, they see Dr. McCord on genetic tuning. I mean, people have a tendency to maybe just check out what's on that page right there. So they watch the first video, and then they scroll down. I had someone yesterday start watching Alice Reed. Like,
I did too, actually.
While they were waiting for me to call him back.
I did too.
How cool is that? So it's just an awesome other, and very, very quick. I had someone that wasn't at a computer, and I had my third party share the story and about what we have with them before they saw the video. And it was great. You know, they weren't confused while they were seeing the video about how this relates to them or anything. It was just right from the start. They just heard the story and my third party shared, then they can see the video after. So that's always an option. It worked great. So FYI. Hope it helps.
Thanks, Aaron.
Blah.
That's interesting. Turn it off yet.